Well, welcome back to my island home, Scorinville. Today we've come off the island and we've come down to Kinkuna National Park, and we're going to do a little bit of bait to plate. So we're going to try to catch some beach worms or catch some yabbies, then catch a fish, clean a fish, show you how to do that, and then cook it up on the barbie on the beach. So I've got two good little friends here, Zai and Xavier Stanley, and we're going to go through and use this beach. We've got an incoming tide. We're going to try to catch a few beach worms to start with. So what we've got to do is, first of all, we have the magic ingredient to get the beach worms, which is a stinker. Stinker. Does it smell?
Yes.
Stinks?
Bad.
Yep. Okay, so the idea is you just got to swish this along the beach. Basically, sets out a scent trail that encourages the beach worms to pop their head, which we'll show you as we go. From there, the magical touch of trying to get these things out of the sand comes into play. So obviously the smell of the fish just smells like a dead fish washing up on the beach, and the scent rolls back with the waves and they'll come up. So here we go, bait to plate with my island home, Scorinville. Beach worm. Alright, so we've got a few worms down there today. It was a little bit harder. So what we've got to do is we'll bring it up onto the nice white sand here, and this is called crumbing the worms. So Xavier's going to show us how he does it. Just tip them out. Just tip them all out. Yeah, so we just basically get all the nice dry sand from up here, and you're just throwing it on top of them. It just dries them out a little bit. It makes it easier for them to put on the hook because it's a little bit slimy otherwise. That's all right, just keep throwing them around like that. And throw a bit of sand in the container. And we'll get it done. And then throw the worms back in there. We'll go fishing.
Wow.
See what we can catch. Righto. Okay, so now we've caught our bait. What we've got to do is we've got to get up into the creek system here. The tide's coming in. We're going to find ourselves hopefully a few whiting. Now, whiting, I guess, is one of the best bread and butter fish that you could ever ask for. They basically work out on out the front of the creeks on the low tide, and then come up into the creeks to feed on the incoming tide. So they're a really simple rig. You only really need, depending on the current, but a small ball sinker, swivel, a tiny swivel, and a long shank hook, and a bit of trace. So the knot that we use is called a locking blood knot. Pretty much we just feed our ball sinker on, go through the eye of the swivel, and from there we twist up the line about 6 or 7 times. We come back through the eye and then lock the knot back through that loop there, right? From there, add a little bit of spit so that, because it is a friction knot, pull it tight. That's the first part done. Now for how to connect the hook up. Repeat the process on the other side. a little bit quicker. It's done. Again, twist it up. Go through the loop. Back again. Grab it. Pull it tight. The leader that I'm using today is just an 8 pound. We want it nice and thin and light for whiting fishing because the creek's got to be clear. Now you need about forearm length. I think it's a good length for whiting. Skip that off. And we just go through the eye of our hook and we do another logging blood knot. That's it. Trim it up, so you want to come in. So that's pretty much the rig that we want. From there, we'll thread our worm onto the hook, and we'll go up the creek and we'll get set up and see if we can catch a few fish. But yeah, thread it on, throw it out, see how we go. Make it?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
It's a nice place.
Holy! Look how big! You
What?
can just see some just there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, it's not a bad one. Oh, that'll do for a first one, eh? Be good on the barbie.
Good job, Jeff.
Oh! Oi, 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 oi.
Oh, wow. What do you got?
Riding?
That's a cracker.
Riding. Is it bigger than yours?
No, of course not. Let's look at him. Holy dooly, he's nearly as big as you.
No, you. Ah, little thing.
So, first thing we've got to do to prepare our whiting is to scale them. So, we'll get these from any conventional tackle store. All we're doing is pretty much going from the back of the fish forward. Just going to take those scales off.
Get up.
There. Once we've got the scales off the fish, we're going to fillet the fish. So to do that, start at the top of the fish, a sharp knife. We just basically lay the blade, we go over the rib cage here, so we're aiming for the back for the poo vein area, or the poo area. And we just grab the fillet, our knife down to that point there, and then once you got that, just work along the backbone, pretty much take the fillet off there, flip him over, repeat the process on the other side. That's it. So we've got to the point, we've filleted the fish, we've got our fry pan and everything set up. So simple little treat on the beach today. So all we're going to do is we're going to get our whiting, we're going to put it in some flour, just dust it, lightly dust it. Then I've got a bit of butter with a little bit of lemon olive oil in it. Going to add that to the pan, let it heat up. Then I'm just going to put the dusted whiting fillets in that. And then on top of that, we've got some local tomatoes that we've diced up, some spring onions, and some fresh avocado. So we're just going to make a little bit of a salsa up with that, put it on our sandwiches, and that's as fresh as we can get today, with a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper.
Be good.
And that's lunch. So let's fire up this propane master and see what we can do. So yeah, so like I said, I just usually use a bag, chuck the fillets in. Yeah, just lightly dusted in the bag. Set that down. Pan's getting warm. Chuck a bit of butter with a bit of olive oil. Use the butter and olive oil together so it doesn't burn. Need a good bit. It's been a big day, hasn't it? Down so you can this doesn't take too long. Going to put it down first of all with the skin side up.
Tastes really good after it's done. Sounds small. Sorry.
Alright, so the bread, buttered.
Yep.
Now, do you want to put the salsa on there?
Yeah. I'll do it.
Want to do it? So we might tip a little bit of this in.
I'll do that.
Into that. Right. Yep. Now, shouldn't hurt. I'll get rid of this in here.
Smells good.
Get a bit of avocado. I'll chop it up in there. And just chuck that in. Oops. Missed that bit.
You want me to put on?
Yep.
That looks like a bit of colour thing.
Now if you just get that and sort of swirl it around a bit in there. Mix it all together. Be too shy with it. Don't be too fancy, just swirl it up, and then once you got it all together, chuck that on there, on the bread. Bit of
Yeah, that's good. Gotta get the tomato. All good.
all good. And then when they're cooked, like they don't take long, but you see how they start to fall apart. So a little bit longer. Hard work. I better have a beer. You're doing a good job there, buddy.
Deserve this after a day's work.
Go through the mangoes and that.
Getting bogged.
Yeah. Fire.
Stop on a fire.
And digging up because Jeff's gone fire.
It happens when there's soft pan.
Oh.
Right.
Sandwiches are ready.
Mum and
Sandwiches
Dad,
are ready?
when we come back.
Fish is nearly ready.
Now we're going to get bogged when we come back.
Good golden
Ready?
colour.
Yeah. Bit of
Open
crunch
it,
to it.
open it.
Who's first?
This one's mine.
Okay, so we need to get our plates ready. That's yours. So do hold it like that. That's there. I'll
Can I have
hold.
a good one?
Yeah, of course.
Good, nice coloured one.
Righto.
How much?
One.
Yeah, I'll give you the bigger one. Is that all we have? There we go.
Hang on.
Oh.
I reckon we can, because you're a growing young man. We'll do that. Don't shake it around too much. Squeeze the magic stuff. Stand back up. Hold it up high.
Lemon.
Oh. Hey! It's a boy. There you go.
Oh, it's a boy. So where it can sit?
Just hold it for a sec.
Or maybe just in the car?
No, we'll just
We'll sit out.
there. Squeeze the lemon.
We might just move all
a
this
touch.
stuff and then we just sit on up here.
What's this?
There you go.
Orange? No?
That's for later.
Alright.
Ooh,
Boom.
look at him.
Chuck a bit more of the good stuff on.
So why not we just clean up and sit on here?
We'll go, Danny. So that's it. That's our bait to plate experience today, from start to finish. That's what we've done. So how we go, boys?
Yeah, good.
Good? Fill the cockles? Mm-hmm. Got to get home now.